Alright friends, I'm approaching the small town of Gatukuyu. It is some 100 meters ahead. But let's first check out the map. There's a checkpoint as you get to the town. But this one is not manned by the police. I think those are county askaris and probably they are collecting cess. Anyways, it's another beautiful day to hit the road. Sunny days are always the best. Anyways, how do I got myself here? I got tipped by a comrade that there is this small town but very busy one that is along the Kamangu Road. And the selling point was, although the town is very tiny and quite unknown of course, it is doing quite well as far as businesses and investment are concerned. And so I decided to get here and see for myself. And as usual, I'm dragging you along. So stay tuned and watch until the end as you explore this beautiful town. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Village to Town TV, a channel that is dedicated to continue showcasing beautiful villages, towns, and cities across the continent of Africa. I go by the name Mr. Lone Traveler. I'm always alone in these cold streets, and so I won't mind your company until the end of the video. So to get into the right perspective, the town is only 15 kilometers from Thika. That's about a 20-minute drive, and if you're walking, it will take you about 3 hours. It is also next to another small town here called Mangu. We have done a video about it. It is on this channel. And the small town of Mangu, it's about 2 kilometers from Gatukuyu. And so we can say the two towns are like twins. Well, so far so good. I was doing a quick assessment of the town before we dive deeper. I have also noted that the busiest part of the town is on the other side. And so I just want to turn around and head there. A fun fact, if I continue this way on this Maram Road, in about a kilometer or so, I'll be hitting the famous Chania River, which is the border between Kiambu and Murang'a counties. So let's just turn around and go back to the town. The small town of Gatukuyu has a total population of 7,946 people. So it's almost hitting 8,000. And that is not a small town as far as numbers are concerned. But maybe in terms of size and investment, the town is small. Of course, it is too early to pass that judgment, but I'm sure by the end of the video, we'll have all the information and you'll be able to judge by yourself whether the town is small or big. But one thing you have to give the town, regardless of its size, is the fact that it is very busy. I want to turn right so that we can get to the interior of the town and see what it has to offer. So as I told you, the market is on this side. And I think I'm liking what I'm seeing. Some beautiful shops here. They are well stocked. The locals refer to them as Mali Mali shops. It is evident that businesses are thriving out here. So out of the almost 8,000 people living here, 4,006 of them are women, while 3,941 are men. And so breaking the number into percentage, we can see that the majority of the town's dweller are women, as they are at 50.4% of the aggregate population, while their male counterparts are 49.6%. In terms of the intersex, well, only one. Well, we have to wait for His Majesty to reverse. He is quite slow, but old is gold. You know, such vehicles are very useful in village towns like Gatukuyu. By the way, how affordable are women clothes? I just spotted a very nice brand new dress going for only 500 Kenya shillings. I feel like there's a very huge disparity between men and women clothes, especially here in Kenya. Well, I don't know whether the trend is worldwide. If you're outside the country, you can tell us right on the comment section. The roads are quite narrow in this part of the town. You have to be a little bit careful, or else you'll bring chaos in a seemingly peaceful town. I feel like I'm squeezing myself in the glorious roads of the heavens. The good book tells us they are very narrow. And sometimes I wonder how some of my good friends, like Steve Mutumbo, will make it there. I think it is in the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 14, where it says, "For the gate is narrow, very narrow, and the way is hard that leads to life. And those who find it are very few." I think for today you can call me Pastor Lone Traveler. One thing I'm noticing for sure is that the buildings are very old. And it is clear that most of them have been existing since the 70s and 80s. And to be honest, I'm wondering how old is the town? Well, in terms of the social infrastructure, I don't have much to say. The road around the town, as you can see, is not so good. I'm sure you have noted that most towns of this caliber in Kiambu County are tarmacked. Although I've spotted a modern market by the national government, it is still under construction, and I'm sure its completion will enhance the town's status as far as the social infrastructures are concerned. I have also noted that electricity supply is in plenty here. But let's be honest, most towns and villages in Kiambu County have electricity. I think that is one of the advantages that comes with being next to the capital city. Well, I'm somewhere outside the town just to see how the people lives. So in context, this is the village side of Gatukuyu. And so far I'm liking it. You can see the homesteads are modest. Very nice gated premises. And by the look of things, you can quickly tell that this is not a poor village. Although I know you need raw data to understand the Human Development Index and the poverty rate. But sometimes you don't need to be a genius to know a poverty-stricken place. They say a picture tells 1,000 words. What about a video footage? 1,000,000? 1,billion? Who knows? All I know is that it can tell tales. Well, I'm back to the main road, and our town is on my left. Just like 10 meters, you'll be hitting the town center. But I choose right because I want to continue exploring the rural part of the town. And one thing I have noted about this road is that it has a lot of these makeshift bumps. And I'm wondering, who makes them? And what is the criteria for erecting them? Do the locals just wake up and erect bumps all over the road? Who knows? Well, there's a junction on my right. Probably you have noticed it. The road goes all the way to a small town called Matara. A very isolated coal town, and I did it. I visited it sometimes last month. And the video is up on this channel. You can also use the road to go to Karimeno Dam, which is one of the biggest dams in the country. It is probably some 10 kilometers from here or so. Remember I told you that Gatukuyu town is just a few kilometers from Mangu. And so the small town of Mangu is just a few meters ahead. I want to quickly check at the real estate segment. And as usual, I had checked the land prices before getting here. And remember, this is only 15 kilometers from Thika town. And in terms of the social amenities, the roads, schools, electricity, well, you have seen for yourself. Be the judge. I saw an acre of farmland that was on sale around Gatukuyu town, and it was going for 6 million Kenya shillings. I also saw another one, an acre of land, and it was going for 7.5 million Kenya shillings. I also saw 50 by 100 plot, that is an eighth of an acre, and it was going for 1 million Kenya shillings. Well, let me leave it at that. I want you to enjoy the rest of the video in silence. And so please continue watching the Scenic video until the end. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Village to Town TV. Like the video so that it can be recommended to as many people as possible. And smash the notification bell so that every time you post, you will be among the first few people to be notified. Also keep the conversation going. Tell us, what do you think about Gatukuyu? Have you ever heard about it? Have you ever been there? Or do you live there? Is the place worth investing? And if you come from the small town, just add a fact or two about your hometown on the comment section and we'll appreciate. You can also check our sister channel, that is Kikuyu Traveling Media. Good gracious.